Bad ideas are like monster movies. They keep re-emerging from the swamp. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. In desperate bids for popularity, politicians will often grab an idea that may sound appealing, but is a disaster in practice. Yet despite repeated poor real-world results, they keep coming back to them. One such example is President Biden's recent proposal for a version of nationwide rent control. Thanks to the inflation he did so much to create, rents are up 30% over the last 4 years. In the fast-growing Sun Belt, the increases are even higher. Apartment owners are responding to higher costs for maintenance, insurance, and construction, as well as greater demand because there is a housing shortage, which in turn has sent house prices up. Would-be home buyers thus have to rent. Biden wants to cap increases to 5% annually for the next 3 years. The ceiling would apply to apartment owners with more than 50 units. This covers some 20 million apartments, about half of the nation's stock. Bad experiences in the past with rent control is why a number of states have banned the practice. To get around that, Biden wouldn't impose a direct control. Instead, if an affected landlord doesn't comply, he or she would suffer a serious tax penalty. Right now, a residential property owner can depreciate a building over 27 and a half years versus 39 years for other commercial structures. Under Biden's scheme, non-compliers would see their depreciation schedule go to 39 years instead of the current 27 and a half years. The smaller deduction would mean a much higher tax bill. Some owners would find themselves losing money instead of earning a profit. The stupidity here is self-evident. Investment in new apartments would shrink, thereby shrinking future supply of rental units. Existing owners would have less capital and little or no incentive to invest in new projects. Outside investors would shun putting money in an area where future returns could be reduced or eliminated by Biden-like politicians. The result would be higher rental costs and fewer available apartments. In addition, faced with paying Washington more taxes, maintenance of existing structures would suffer. Needless to say, the Democrats' presumptive nominee, Kamala Harris, has endorsed similarly destructive notions in the past. Biden says his cap would only apply to existing structures. Sure, just like Biden and President Obama promised that you could keep your doctor and your existing health insurance plan under Obamacare. We saw what happened to that. Only Congress can change depreciation schedules. Would it go along with this dreadful idea? The subject would be part of next year's tax bill negotiations. Most of the 2017 Trump tax cut bill will be expiring. If Democrats are in charge after the elections, they will most certainly make this Biden idea part of their punish the rich agenda. All this is another reason why it is so important to drain the swamp so that these monster proposals won't keep coming back. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.